What's up, guys? We're back to another video. Today we just got a very surprising announcement. We got a Cedar Point announcement. Something that most people weren't expecting. I kind of saw something coming a week ago, but this is definitely not what I was expecting. What I was assuming was that we're gonna get a water coaster to fill that plot near the back of the park, where the old Shoot the Chutes was. But in actuality, in the old spot of where the Cedar Point dorms were, next to Valraven and the coaster that shall not be named, we have we have Siren's Curse, a Vekoma tilt coaster. This is very interesting because if this gets built in time, it will beat out it will beat out Circuit Breaker for the first tilt coaster in North America. And sorry, I just woke up. Sorry. And if the one in Mexico that we're assuming gets built in a couple weeks, gets announced within the next couple weeks, Six Flags Mexico, then that one will also be come out before Circuit Breaker, which was announced in 2022, I believe. Yeah, so we're finally getting a new age thrilled Vekoma in the US. That is like the tilt coaster. I'm definitely very excited for this. I think this is a very very great fit for the park. My only question is why that spot? I understand, like, oh yeah, we don't have to remove a ride. But on the other hand, that spot is right next to, that spot is right next to, Valraven. They announced it as being right next to Valraven. So you're gonna have two vertical drop coasters that have a gimmick that hold you in a spot right next to each other. It's definitely gonna be very interesting. I'm very interested to see how many people choose which ride. But the thing is, that's very funny. This coaster is the smallest one of its neighbors. It's smaller than Valraven, of course. It's smaller than Top Thrill 2. And it's about the same height to smaller than Rougarou, which is it's right next door to. So it's like it's like a very small coaster, but I think it's gonna be fairly good. I think it's gonna, if it has a if based on what spot I think it's gonna be in the park, I think it's gonna be like top 5. Probably not top 3, because Steve is obviously number 1. We still have Maverick, and I'm assuming people are gonna. Some people may say Millie, some people may say Magnum, some people may say Top Throw 2. I think that 5th spot is a lockdown, like pretty locked down to what that coaster is gonna get. But going through the layout looks very interesting. I like it. It's definitely interesting. The only thing that I feel like is missing out on this model specifically is that I'm assuming there is not going to be much airtime at all on the drop. This coaster doesn't really need airtime on the drop because of how the drop is profiled. You're immediately turning into a going into a turn that goes into the step up thingy. I don't know what the exact name is, but it's the same element that they have on the Super Boomerang going to Great Adventure. But that is definitely interesting. If I had, I don't know if this would have been my first pick. Like, I think I remember this not being on the server that they sent out a couple months ago. To be fair, this coaster's been in the making for a long time, because it's something that you have to bring up every single time one of Cedar Fair or Six Flags makes an announcement. Is that now with the merged company, the parks are still kind of more independent from each other than maybe in a couple years. And the parks normally get these coasters off the ground around a year at the latest to 2 years. Like that is like that's the time range. And this came before it, so this came before the Six Flags merger. So I know someone is like, but the Six Flags merger. This is because of the Six Flags merger, even though this is the better part of the chain. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I have to quickly get this video up, well, done, not up, because I have to leave in 10 minutes. So my final thoughts: this is going to be a very, very good coaster for the park. I feel like it's not gonna be the best coaster in the park. Clearly, it's gonna be a very cool gimmick for a lot of people. I think what this coaster is gonna either be is gonna be one of the coasters that gonna be one of the front gate eaters. So like people are gonna go immediately run to that, or is gonna be one of the coasters that like just in a couple years it gets drowned out in the lineup. But it could be either way. I'm really excited for this coaster. I can't wait to get to Cedar Point whenever that happens, maybe in a couple years. I really don't know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.